Welcome to Code Slice everyone, and in this tutorial we are finally going to be looking at something that everyone has been asking me to do. So we're going to be going over how to incorporate ads into your code, or rather your app. Yes, so that's what we're going to be doing in this tutorial. So this will be one of many tutorials. So if you definitely want to get in touch, or you want to receive the next tutorials as soon as possible, or you want to see them when they, when I do release them, which might be a long time from now. So please do subscribe so you don't miss anything. Yes. Okay. Anyway, with all that said, so firstly, we have this simple code that I've already made here. So just to go through this code. So this is just a simple layout, basically. So we have a box layout. As you can see, it's a box layout, and it has like a couple of buttons. It looks like a task bar, as you can see. Yeah, so it has these four buttons, and yeah, and then this is another box layout, which is basically a scroll view. Yeah, so of course for you this could be anything, but this is just a simple code that I just coded. Yes. All right. Yeah. So of course now let's say you already have your code and all of that, but now you want to incorporate your ads and all of that. So where do you start? What do you do first? Now the very first thing you need to do is, it's very, very obvious, you need to, um maybe it's not obvious. Maybe it's not obvious, maybe let me not say it's obvious. So when it comes to Kivy, in order to enable ads within our apps, what we use is, or rather what I use is, I use the Kivmob. I use Kivmob. Yes. So in order for you to be able to use Kivmob, you need to install Kivmob. So you don't have a Kivmob automatically installed, so you need to install it. And how do you install that? So you need to go to kivmob.com, and then they're going to give you some instructions on how to install it. It's quite simple. In your command prompt, just put there pip3 install Kivmob. So if you go on and run that, that will install Kivmob. Quite simple, nothing complicated. Okay, so everything from here onwards, it's assuming that you've already installed Kivmob. Yes. Okay, so let's say now you've installed Kivmob. So let's go now and see again how our app looks like. So as I mentioned, it's just a simple code here that we are working with. Yes. So in order for us to, of course, use our apps, we need to import our Kivmob module. So how do you do that? It's actually quite simple. So just type in import. Okay. So similar to how you usually import like your other modules. So in this case, it's going to be from Kivmob, import Kivmob test IDs. Why are we saying test IDs here? It's because in this tutorial we won't be working with the actual ads, but we'll be using the test IDs. The test IDs, they are a great way of actually testing out your app before you start using it. So it's like it allows you to test if your ads, how they will appear and all of that, which is quite great. Yeah, so keep in mind that from Kivmob, right, import Kivmob test IDs. Yes, so once you've imported that, now you can start putting in your ads and all of that within your code. Yes. Now when it comes to ads, each ad, there's like an ID that it has, a specific ID it has. So there are different kinds of ads. I'm sure that everyone has noticed. Like you get like your banner ads, small banners that you get like at the bottom of the screen or at the top of the screen. You also get like these video ads. They can be annoying sometimes. Like these random videos that just pop up and then they play, all of that. um the cool ones are the reward ones. After you watch the video, you know that you get like a reward. So those are all example of ads. Yes, so each ad, it has its own ID. So since we're using test IDs, we will be getting these test IDs from this website. So I've posted the link, or I've rather shown the link here on the screen at developersgoogle.com, admob android test ads. So if you go to this site, you will be taken to this screen. And as you can see in this screen, there's these various IDs for these various different kind of ads, basically. Yeah. So the first ID that you see here, which is the app open ID, it's more like, if you don't include this app open ID, then none of the ads will actually work. So always include this, your app open ID. Okay, and then you can then choose your any other IDs that you want to use. So in this tutorial, we will be working specifically with the banner ID. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with the banner ads. Yes, so as you can see, this is the banner ad ID, this one here. Yes, so that's what we're going to be using. So you can go on and copy that, or yeah, you can do whatever method you're good at, memorize it, or I don't know. It's up to you. Yes, but that is what we're going to be using this time around. Okay, all right, so now let's go on. Now that we have our IDs that we can be using, let's go on and incorporate these ads into our code. Okay, now going back to my simple code. Yes, so of course, as you can see, I've already put in my app open ID. So adds Kivmob, and then I've put my ID there. Okay, so this is very important to do. Okay, yes, so in this case, remember, we are using test IDs. Okay, yes, so when you actually do compile your app, you're going to use your actual IDs that you get after you register to AdMob. Okay, yes, anyway, let's continue. Yes, so in this case, the question is, where do I want my ad to show? um, in my case, I would just like to get the banner maybe to show up um, on when I enter. As soon as I enter the app, maybe I want the banner to pop up. So what I will do is I will define a function here on pre-enter. So this function is going to be called as soon as I run the app. Okay, as soon as I enter this home screen, it's gonna call it. Okay, so on pre-enter, so what do I want to do on pre-enter? On pre-enter, I want this banner, so I'm going to add my banner here, adds new banner, and then my ID. Okay, right, and then I'm going to put in here the position of the banner. Okay, so top pause, when I say false, it means that the banner will not appear at the top, but it will appear at the bottom. Okay, because it says top position. Okay, so I'm saying false, so meaning it's going to be at the bottom. And then if I say, of course, true, then it's going to be at the top. Those are the positions that our banner can be, at the top or at the bottom. So in this case, let's leave it for false. Okay, yes, so now that I have put this line here, it means that I can now use this banner ad. I can use this banner ad. But even though I can use this banner ad, I need to request it so that I can be able to show it. Okay, and how would you request a banner ad? It's very, very simple, super simple. Just put this line, ads dot request banner. Simple, simple, simple. In case somebody has been watching too much of Marvel movies. This is not speaking about Banner as in the Hulk, but this is a Banner ad. Okay. Yes. So Banner. Okay. Yes. And requesting is just requesting. So you don't do anything if you just request, but you need to also show the ad. So we're going to add this line now, which is ads show banner. Okay. Yes. So with this line here, this line will allow, or it will enable the ads to be shown. Okay. Yes. Actually, this is all you need. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Yes. Now your ads should be showing. Yes. But of course, if you run this now, you will see that no ad will show. Why is no ad showing? Don't panic. The reason why this is still not showing, it's because these ads, they only show up on Android, on an Android device. So in order for you to see the ads, you need to basically compile your app or package your app with Bulldozer, and then run your app on your phone, and then that is where you'll be able to see your ads. Yes. Now compiling your code, I know that there's like some challenges regarding this, so I'm going to help you with the necessary changes that you need to incorporate within your Bulldozer spec file. So the first thing that you need to change in your Bulldozer spec file is your requirements. Okay, so be sure to make sure that you've included this line here, your requirements. Yeah, your host Python. You can use your latest Python version. In my case, it's 3. Okay, Kivy, Android, Genius, and Kivmob. So it's very important you include all of those. Okay, and of course your additional things if you've got many other things within your code. Okay, and then also Android permissions. Of course, ads use the internet, so give those internet permission access network state. Okay, all right, and your Android API, make sure it's 27. Your Android mini API 21. Your SDK, it must be 24. Then your Android NDK, it can be 19C. Can be 19C. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, and then your Android Gradle dependencies, so please also change that. Yeah, so using the Firebase ads. Okay, yes, and then your Python for Android branch must be masters. Okay, it must be master. All right. Yes, and what's very, very important here is this line. If you don't have this line correctly, even if you compile, your ads will still not show up. So your Android metadata. So just be sure to put this line here, uh, uh, as you can see on the screen. Okay, and then just after application ID, where you have the equal, just put in there your ID. Yes, your ID, and that's your app open ID. Okay, yes, you need to put in your app open ID there. Okay, and then yeah, that's pretty much everything. So now that you have everything, you can just go on and you can compile your code. It will take some time, but after it's done, and you run your app on your phone, you should see some ads showing up. Yes. Now, if maybe you do still face any problems, like maybe you don't see ads showing up, so I would assume that maybe there is something that some error within your code or something. So I will give you a link to my Bulldozer spec file so that you can just have a look at it, just to see if maybe there is any differences Yeah, and once you do find what the error was, please do let me know on the comments, and I'll try to rectify it as soon as possible. Anyway, from me, Coach Slice, that's about it. Have an amazing weekend. Happy Easters. Bye bye.